Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a Zeratul build. I found that through many of games this has got to be the most successful for me, and I hope it's with you guys too. Selecting Zeratul talents can be quite difficult because upon reading the surface of each talent, they all seem to increase some damage here and there, so they all end up looking a bit positive to pick. This can make it hard to refine what's good or bad together throughout testing this assassin out. So, let's start with the basics. Zeratul is an assassin-based character from the StarCraft genre. He's the only melee stealth character in the game so far. He has heavy burst damage which only further increases throughout the game, and he has multiple escapes. Now having these escapes as well as burst plus a little utility is kind of what keeps Zeratul above Nova in the meta rankings. Playing Zeratul, your prime damage will purely come from the element of surprise. If people spot that shimmer a stealth character gives off, they can usually prepare for your sudden assault. This could be them remembering to pop their cooldowns, firing out blanks in hopes of hitting you, or walking into turret or tower range, getting close up to their teammates so you can't get close. So staying unseen until needed is your prime need. Now once you've got in there and you start your attacks, this is where you've got to think quick. Zeratul has an ability called Blink. Now you have two options usually. When you're beating someone down, they usually try to run away. Now do you use your Blink to teleport in front of them and body block whilst bursting them down, or do you use it to get away quick? Because if you use it to body block and burst them down, you're leaving yourself defenseless in early gameplay with no escapes if their teammates come running. So make wise decisions. Because of this, a lot of early gameplay, unless you really catch them off guard, is a lot of hit and run, keeping them at bay behind their walls, and progressively through the match you'll become more and more powerful, where they'll have no escapes. So what's the best route for Zeratul's talent picks? There's a lot of choice when it comes to Zeratul, but I feel if you follow this, and it should give you a solid strong attack with successful gameplay. And once you've done this and gotten used to it, I guess it'll be fine for you to experiment and add or change talents around. So first of all, I would recommend Greater Cleave. This talent increases the range of your main burst attack by 33%. It's not so much a damage increaser, but through the game you'll notice how you only just scrape that killing blow due to this increased radius. To me, I find this talent the most successful. The alternative though, since this is a burst and auto attack build, would be Seasoned Marksman, which for every 6 enemy minions you take down you gain 1 basic attack damage. Hero takedowns count as 3 minion kills. Now come late game, this could have stacked up and become really powerful, but I find you don't tend to stack up any more than around 45 to 55 extra damage by late game. By that time it's actually decent damage, but the game's over, so it's up to you, play around and see which one feels better to you. Now the second talent choice will be Master Warblade, which for every 3rd consecutive basic attack against the same target deals 100% bonus damage. Now due to the nature of the following talents to come, you'll really start to see these auto attack damages build up to something pretty powerful. The third talent choice, without a doubt, compared to the alternatives, is Void Slash. Cleave deals 30% additional damage if used from Cloak or within 1 second of Cloak. Again, we're increasing that initial burst damage by 30%. So far, we've increased the range to hit them that little bit further. A sudden burst with 30% increased damage, of which you'll then auto attack the target with the 3rd hit having 100% bonus damage. Now keep stacking this up. Now without a doubt, the 4th talent choice or your ultimate choice would have to be the Void Prison. The amount of times this will save you, your teammates, secure kills or isolate an enemy is unbelievable, making the utility of this talent so vast that there may as well not be another choice. Void Prison freezes players in a selected small area for 5 seconds. Be wise to understand this freezes your allies too, which isn't always a bad thing. I see too many people using this talent pointlessly, so let me tell you a few good times to use it that most people don't think of. Your teammate's been triple tapped by Nova. No one can save them. Void Prison them so the triple tap is interrupted. Butcher charges you or your teammate and you know it's guaranteed death when he lands, put the prison in his path. If ETC uses his mass stun ultimate on all your teammates, so then ETC's teammates can beat down yours, whilst they're defenseless, stun them all including ETC so no one takes damage, rendering his ultimate wasted. Try using it to crowd control and secure takedowns by isolating people. Single out a healer by stunning all the enemy team nearby and having your team focus their support. And there's one more people don't know, is your core about to take fatal damage or the shield about to wear out. Maybe you have a boss hitting your core and you don't have enough damage to take it down yet, or its next few hits will end the game. Don't Void Prison the boss or players, Void Prison your core. Sure, it'll prevent it from shooting out, but it'll also prevent the core from taking damage itself. That talent is just vital to the game due to the mass amount of utility within it. Okay, for your 5th talent I would highly recommend Assassin's Blade, which gains 25% basic attach damage when breaking Cloak and increased Cloak movement speed by 10%. So now not only do you have your higher sudden burst damage, your 3rd basic attack against the same target deals an additional 100%, but now every basic attack in between deals an additional 25% for 5 seconds. the usual rate for the Euro takedowns. So now every hit is a bonus, but we'll make that higher. For your 6th talent, I most certainly recommend Rendering Cleave, which makes Cleave deal an additional 50% damage over 5 seconds. The countless amount of times an enemy thinks they've gotten away from me only for this damage over time to take them out behind the walls, like Lunara's poison stack, is unreal. You've increased Cleave by 30%, so the initial damage is higher, so now 50% is equal to a higher amount over time on the target. And if they didn't get to safety, then not only do you have your increased basic attack damage on the target, but now you have a poison ticker. Okay, for your final talent, which is really important, is Nexus Blades. Basic attacks deal 20% more damage and slow enemy movement speed by 20%. Okay, so now this means that with your talent stacked, that when you break Cloak, instead of a 25% basic attack damage increase for 5 seconds, it's now 45% increased attack damage for 5 seconds. Then a permanent 20% after those 5 seconds. Not only that, but every third hit gives you 100% bonus damage, but now that's increased to 120% bonus damage. This is why this auto attack build is insane. Heavy burst, continuous heavy basic attacks, and movement slow, poison over time, there's just no escape from Zeratul. Due to this though, this is why the seasoned marksman near the start can really come into effect with the basic attack damage is increased, but like I said, I personally tend to find that I always scrape by on getting a kill that almost seemed out of reach. Now I do hope you take some tips from this guide, use it and experiment around it, and let me know what you feel about this guide in the comments below. Thanks for watching.